This is sponsored by the Twitch Bounty Board. I'm going to play some Ekko Zillion, and we will swap back to Magic if we still have a decent viewer count after an hour of Runeterra. This is Riot's all-digital card game. It's available on Android, iOS, and PC. And one of the things I really like to point out with Runeterra is that all of the fancy graphics you're going to see me play here on PC, they look identical in terms of animations on mobile as well. The two biggest selling points for Runeterra, in my opinion, are one, it is the most visually and stunning in terms of both the animations and the audio design, and two, it has the most player-friendly economy of any digital card game out there. In Runeterra, you can buy any cards you want directly at very fair prices. The most expensive card type in Runeterra costs $3 a copy, and you can only put 6 champions in your deck, and the lower rarities cost 10 cents, 30 cents, and $1.10. The average tier 1 deck in Runeterra costs around $25 to build outright, and it's very easy to free to play if you don't want to spend any money. Mulligans are partial in this game. Drop Border is a card that if we see it in a prediction, which is kind of like a scry, it comes into play for free, so we basically always mulligan that one back into our deck. Our deck is basically a predict combo deck. One of our champions, Ekko, he levels up once we've predicted 4 times. So we're just looking for copies of Ekko and then other cheap cards that predict in our opener. Mana in Runeterra is slightly similar to Hearthstone, but with a bit of a twist here. You get 1 extra mana per turn, with the twist being that if you don't use mana on a given turn, you can carry up to 3 of it over across turns to use on spells later on. So my opponent played a 1-drop on 1, but I did not. So I have an extra mana that's carried over here for my turn 2. Or a later turn. I don't even have to use it on turn 2. You can just bank up to 3 to carry around across turns. All of these cards are kind of bad, so rather than pick one of them to put on top of my deck with this predict, I think we just skip it.
We're sure to save Ekathia.
So these Dorkos that they have here, they spawn each turn in addition to hurting themselves, which makes their tentacles bigger. So this thing's getting 1/1 each turn from each of these. I think we're going to go ahead and play the Fallen Feline out. It puts a Hexite Crystal in the bottom 10 cards of my deck, which is a very powerful effect, but we get to draw it if we see it in a prediction. So if we play this out before we start predicting some more, that could be good for us. Combat in Runeterra is similar to Magic in that one player declares attackers and the other player declares blockers, with the asterisk that combat is 1-to-1 with attackers and blockers. This is going to spawn 3, and then their tentacle strikes mine. So I can see here when I mouse over the eye, the result of this spell resolving is going to be my card dying and their tentacle spawning up into a 6/4 here. If you're ever wondering how the stack in the center is going to play out before you click OK, in case you have responses, you can utilize the eye to let you know how things are going to go. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this 2/1. Because if they block with their 6/4, I can finish it off with a Mystic Shot here. Yep, and they just take the 2. I'm going to play Drop Border out here as a blocker, I think. Their start with double Watchful Idol's probably not great for us. This thing is, our deck has a lot of damage-based removal, so once this thing gets super large like this, we have a harder time dealing with it. When I gain power equal to your strongest set of the power. So this is actually going to get to level up this turn, which is a rough beat. I think let's go ahead and time trick and see what we get here. Our start's been pretty medium this game. None of those are very good either. That's our 3rd Absolver here. None of those are the Zillion I wanted for Christmas. I think I'll take the time trick because I'm going to bank 1 spell mana here. And then next turn we'll go up to 5, so I'll be able to potentially grab Zillion and play it. Or grab Ekko, sorry, and play him. It does Overwhelm now, so blocking it doesn't accomplish a lot. We'll jump in front of the 9. Okay. Alright, we found a Hexite Crystal. That feels too little too late. I think we're just gonna bounce on this one. If we had found Ekko there, we maybe pull something together, but their Dorko is overwhelming. Yeah, Arena would not let us log in during the client update. So we're doing our bounty board for Runeterra a little bit early. I told chat if we stay above 600 viewers during the Runeterra segment, we'll do some more Arena after. So shout out to people that are hanging out to check out this. Oh, is this a Felio skin? Or is this a new champion that I'm not familiar with? Oh, this is an action skin. Okay. I'm familiar with that one. They're also an Ekko deck. Always mulliganing drop border. We want those in our deck so we can try and predict into them. And then honestly, I think I'm mulliganing everything but Ekko here because I'm looking for cheap cards to let me predict to let Ekko level up early. Man, our openers have not been great so far. Absolver and Thrumming Swarm are like our 4 finishers, and having them glued to our opener has been pretty medium. Looking for any of our 1 and 2 mana cards that make predictions. Alright, I mean, that technically qualifies, I suppose. Kind of, sort of. Put a time trick on top. And then we're just passing here, right? Like, this mana banks across turns for us. Their card back is very pretty. So I've predicted twice now. Do I want Fallen Feline this turn? I think so. Because now if they attack with their Feline, I can Ruinous Path to drain 2. I might just attack with that. I'm just taking the pass here. They're PNZ as well. I think I'm gonna play Ekko, even though it's technically Mystic Shotable at the moment, because I do have Absolver here to give this an extra toughness. If they try and kill this. Oh, they found their Hexite Crystal. Okay, so we're gonna need to Absolver to save my boy here. We can see on the crystal, if I let this resolve, it kills my stuff. So we can do this to make sure it doesn't. We unfortunately will not have resources to play the fleeting time trick he generates here, but that's what it is. We need 2 more predictions to level him, so still pretty far off on that, unfortunately. Backup Ekko is not a terrible draw.
It isn't that cat I rescued this morning.
This is a 3/4, so like block's okay. We haven't leveled any champions yet though, so we don't get the bonus from it. This is a 3/4 at least. At least he keeps you the bait. I guess lining up this block means that
Well, you had a future.
means that Mystic Shot gets us, but they have Mystic Shot, they'd probably kill Ekko, right? Oh, they just have second Hexite Crystal. Did I see them draw that off a prediction? Just draw it naturally.
Well, time for a redo.
Yeah, that's why I usually don't go back to doing Magic after the fact, Beansy. Appreciate the people are hanging out to check out some Runeterra and support my stuff. The depressing truth is me sitting there staring at the Magic Arena screen not letting me log in would retain more viewers than playing a different game. Yeah, that's why we switched off Arena, Obi-Wan. Every single time Magic Arena has updated their client in the last like 2 months, you haven't been able to log in afterwards. In those, some cheap predictors here to start. Opponent is playing Elise with Noxious Shadow Isles, probably an aggressive burn deck where both Scrying Sands and Chronomancer are going to be good early. Oh, we can toggle sub-only mode off since we're off Magic. Hey, WMG, thanks for the Prime. Welcome back. Opponent.
Explosives primed.
So I think I'd rather get Ancient Prep going than Scrying Sands to gain 2 here. Holy crap, we hit double drop border. Well, that's like actually just... See, chat, we were saving up our cumulative variance from the first 2 games for this one. We ran pretty cold in the first couple.
They'll never see it coming.
These are my streets.
That's actually against the Twitch terms of service to do Zekals, and you can get reported and have your account suspended for doing so. Need to be in the game category for the game that you're currently playing. Explain keywords. The only real keyword we have going on in our deck at the moment is Predict, which is kind of like scrying from Magic. It looks at 3 cards in your deck, and then you can pick one to put on top, or you can take a random if you click skip.
All paths lead me here.
I appreciate, and by appreciate I mean I hate that people do this, where I take the time to explain something that something's against the terms of service and I won't do it because it's breaking the terms of service, and then they're like, but everybody else does it, Jeff. It's like, yes, and everybody else is breaking the terms of service when they do it. That was the point of me telling you that it breaks the terms of service. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I am, however, telling you it's against the rules. Next up on Twitch, tax advice. Yeah. All right, so Time Bomb's gonna pippity pop off next turn and deal 1 to all of my opponent's stuff. So if I line up this 1-2 into their 3-2, and I only save a few points of damage, but we also get to kill their thing. Honestly, I think we're favored enough as this game goes long that I'm gonna go ahead and put Zillion in front of this 2-1 as well, just to gain some life. To be fair, all the people that are really big League of Legends streamers probably make enough money that they can afford to take attempt Twitch ban for a little bit, not have it be a big deal. I think we're at a point where I'm mostly looking for Ekko, so I'm going to go ahead and skip here. Take a random card on top of our deck rather than one of those three.
We have much to look forward to.
Where's my axe? I turn it like so.
Correct. Unless a card actually specifically has the keyword regenerate, damage stays on cards across turns. Which actually makes damage-based removal and combat a little bit better in this game compared to Magic, because you can kind of block bigger things over the course of a few turns with smaller units to take them down, which is nice. Decimate just does damage directly to our dome here. We're at 16, so like the opponent's deck has a good bit of direct damage, but the odds of them KOing us from a full 16 are pretty low. I'm gonna take a random of these again. Like I said, I'm basically just looking for a champion at this point. Yes, you can only have 6 cards in play in Runeterra. Getting close there. These fearsomes. Fearsome is a keyword that says I can only be blocked by enemies with 3 or more power. So we're actually going to go ahead and burn my Absolver here at this point to make this so this can block a fearsome. Then we'll go ahead and we'll line up Mystic shots here and here. And then we'll put this in front of here. Again, I can mouse over the eye to see that the end result of this combat and this stack playing out is all 5 of those things dying, my health total remaining the same, and their thing going down to 1 toughness. So really, really wonderful. Hey, how is this going to play out before I click confirm and commit to it? Yeah, the eye is easily one of the most innovative things in Runeterra compared to every other card game. I will take a Time Bomb on top of my deck because a second Time Bomb will level my Zilean in addition to KOing the Legion Rearguard. So Zilean levels up when he's seen 2 Time Bombs get destroyed. We're going to play some Daredevil later today, Marty, for sure. One of the other things, too, to note that I actually haven't mentioned, I think Obtuse Hobbit did it in chat, though, is that if you're someone that enjoys Slay the Spire style single-player draft card games, Runeterra actually has a single-player game mode as well, where you can have that kind of experience. There's an Ekko for the top of my deck here.
Okay. Want to make me a few extra boards?
Yes! I mean, sure, whatever.
Sure, whatever. We're at 9 here. We need to close this game out. I have a solid attack this turn at least. We're cracking them for 8. They have 2 cards plus 2 draws. Players draw cards every turn in Runeterra, including their opponent's turn.
Present and future, all in my hands.
Well, that's our first champion level up animation today, right? Every champion has a level up animation like that, chat. We're gonna see Echoes here in just a second. That's actually kind of terrifying. So this is a... I actually can't mouse over it here until it's done resolving. This lets them look at the top, look at all of the units of the top X cards, their deck, 4 cards, I think, and grab one of them along with getting a copy of it. If you ever miss what your opponent played, there's a game log on the left side, like every reasonably feature-complete digital card game has. Gosh. Imagine having a card game with basic features, I know.
I love it when things converge like that.
Can you guess my favorite herb?
Time, Sage? This is a joke, right?
That's a lot of fearsome shit.
Tell me. I love that.
Let me introduce you to science.
Chrono Break doesn't actually do it for us here, right? Because I'm predicting this to the top of my deck. Absolver is our best chance to kill them next turn, right? So we'll just do that. Nah, questions are great. I always expect to get questions when we do sponsor segment for stuff like this. Well, so we get a draw with Ekko here, but actually, we're just not getting what we ascribed to the top, right? Because this predict looks at 3 different cards. They should be dead next turn. They have this card in hand plus 1 more. I don't think they have 2 cards that kill us from here, famous last words. Am I just supposed to open attacks? Because with the Zillion's Chrono Shift, they're just dead, right? Yeah, I think we just open because we have this. Because they go to kill one of my things, it gets +3/+3 instead. I can respond with this burst spell. That's true. That's true. I could have blocked that the other way. The 4/1 was what's the word? Not fleeting, ephemeral, I think is the key word. So it was disappearing, whereas the 2/1 would have survived.
Just as I thought.
Oh, I also could have blocked differently there to have Ekko live as well, though, right? I could have put my 4/2 in front of their 4/1 and put my 5/3 Ekko in front of the 2/1. That's what I should have done. I like blocking the 2/1, but I should have blocked it with Ekko. Chrono Shift only targets champions? Oh, is that true? Listen, chat, I play Magic. Reading's not my strong suit. Always mulliganing this top end payoff. Always mulliganing drop border back into our deck. Gangplank, Misfortunes, a more aggressive deck. Pretty happy to have Ancient Prep and Time Trick on 1 and 2. Nice, we have an Ekko lined up here.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
I think we skipped these, actually. I already have an Ekko lined up, and I'm just looking for more cheap predict or interactive bits here. Their Prowling Cutthroat here has Elusive and Fearsome. Elusive means it can only be blocked by other elusive units, think flying for magic, and then it has Fearsome on top of it. It's a very slippery card that's tough to tough to get inside of combat. That being said, a Mystic Shot can take care of it. We're just passing the turn here. These 2 resources, if I don't use them, get carried over.
The sea beasts will fear us.
1 cost allies everywhere, 1 extra attack. Yep. I get a 2/2 from my countdown thing, so I can block their 3/2 with that. Then I can go ahead and Mystic Shot their 2/1, so we just trade everything off here. No direct affiliate links for this one, Jola. Just check it out on whatever platform is most convenient for you. And then I think we take this opportunity to Ruinous Path, because we've slain a unit this turn when we traded in combat, so we get to go ahead and drain them for 2 here. You just hanging out gives me credit for the sponsored hour. Appreciate everybody chilling for some Runeterra today. And then against a deck like theirs that likely has some direct damage in it, I want to wait to play Ekko until he's ready to level up. So we're going to go ahead and play Zillion here on 4. I think I'm going to take a backup Ekko just in case they kill this one. Because that was predict number 2 and this is 3-4 already. So we've got the level up good to go. This nabbed a card off my deck, so it drew the bottom non-champion card of my deck. So my Ekko is still on top. Man, you don't go on Twitter? You're way smarter than me. I'm jealous.
My selection speaks for itself.
I think this is a play Ekko double time trick block with leveled Ekko.
So wowzers. Wow.
Swindle. Manifest a non-champion card from the opponent's hand. Plunder, I cost 1 less. Okay, so they copied one of our cards. They put a Fallen Feline, which isn't good unless they have exactly one of our predict things.
Heavy pockets, huh?
Okay, so we'll go block, block, and then we'll go time trick, time trick. All right, we'll take a third backup Ekko. So just in case things go really sideways. Take a Mystic Shot. Ekko's gonna level up when this prediction finishes. Shuffling some Chrono Breaks into my deck. For Zon! Their 2 things are gonna die. My 2 things are gonna live. Ekko is gonna generate me a time trick in hand that costs 0. I don't know that I blame Runeterra for aging me. Silence gestures vaguely at the world around him. Oh, drop border's great. Do I want a feline or do I want a random? I think I want a random. I think we're just like looking for the Chrono Breaks at this point, right? Chrono Breaks or Time Bombs. Make it rain. Some things die while others feel the pain. Make it rain. Oh, they nabbed one of our time bombs earlier, chat. That's so rude. And it triggers their gangplank.
Can you guess my favorite herb?
Time, Sage? This is a joke, right?
I can play this one out proactively for Ekko, even though I don't have a Chrono Break just yet because we have the fourth one in hand.
Never lost a fair game. Played
Gold card is going to stun my boy here.
partner.
Is Predict Like Scry? It's very similar. It's card selection where if you don't like any of the options, you can take a do-over. Is accurate.
Lady Luck is smiling.
These are my streets.
You again?
Kill Twisted Fate, and I don't want to take 3 here, so I'm going to chump block. Yeah, we tried the Time Bomb deck, and it just really, it felt like a less consistent version of this deck. I wasn't a huge fan. I'm gonna pass here and see what they have to play out.
Yeah, you don't want to cross me.
Our stories, our struggles have built this empire.
With the power of time, the possibilities are endless.
I never miss.
Okay, well.
Gotta focus.
I don't really want to lose her to, well,
Please, our voices!
I guess if they block and then make it rain, there's a chance that we hit,
It's not safe.
no guarantee I hit the Chrono Break here, so I'm gonna save. Voice of the Risen, I think. I guess if they have third Make It Rain here, they could get my Ekko before it hits, which would be bad for us. If I hit the Chrono Break, I feel bad that I didn't give Ekko Overwhelm. He did not hit the Chrono Break. Can we take the Mystic Shot? I'll pass to them and see what they do. They've got 8 mana here. Am I supposed to take this round end? I feel like I'm supposed to take this round end, huh? So I lose 2 mana, but they lose way more than 2?
I am reborn of salt and pride. I rarely forget. I never forgive.
There are some cards that discard cards from your opponent's hand, but generally speaking, there aren't like, what's the word I'm searching for? There aren't like targeted discard spells in this game. Alright, there's no Thoughtseizes.
Hey, it's Zill. Totally didn't know you were coming.
We also had sarcasm in the Cathia, you know.
Okay, so Gangplank's about to mess my board up.
Spread your fire.
Heed our words.
Yes, maybe we get a drop border. I think I want to throw this away to gain 2 in this matchup. I think that's right. It's close though. Daylight and $1 short, friends. Do I want a time bomb without a zillion on top? Yeah, I think I think I do because it cleans out the 2-1.
Never had luck, never needed it.
Explosive.
I do my own stunts.
So the powder kegs are vulnerable, which means I can force them to block. So I'll attack with this, so we'll have this force this to block here.
India needs you to pay.
Are we gonna chrono shift winner? Yeah, basically always. The goal is get Ekko leveled and then find a chrono shift to do stuff with. Bleeding means I have to play this card this turn, which is easy to do because it's free.
We must tell our stories, lest they be forgotten.
So their keg happens, and then this happens, which is great.
Let him bleed out.
And,
Off with ye.
that looks kind of lethal to me, Chet.
Listen.
Is it risky going to 4 here? I could absolver this to make it bigger, but they're not noxious, right? They're Bilgewater Iona. Could be dead here. They drew our absolver with one of their plunders. Hey, if I'm not dead, the chrono break means they probably are. Oh my gosh, they're gonna draw. I should have played our Mystic Shot, chat. Oh, I didn't play around the swindle my Mystic Shot. Oh no. Oh no.
Let's get him, crew.
Wait, they totally, that's right? Manifest the non-champion cards for the opponent. They have a Mystic Shot, right? Yeah, okay. They're just wasting my time. Got it. BM and time wasting is something that extends across every game, chat.
That's the last
So,
time
in
that-
Runeterra, there's different speeds of spells, and fast and slow spells you can respond to. However, my opponent's card that's copied a card from my hand is a burst speed spell, which I could not respond to. So I needed to be predictive there that could have been a thing that they had another copy of. And if that was the case, I could have played out my Mystic Shot proactively to stop that from being something they could take. I mean, I didn't have anything to play around that card though, Hobbit. I could have played around them drawing the card out of my hand. So like, obviously can't play around things we can't beat. Oh, double up only hits my face if it kills my unit?
No one's the wiser.
Okay, got it.
Nice day. If you're into
My 1/3 into their 2/1, one of the few times I'm happy to draw a drop border. They are Annie Jin.
everything's in place.
Attack, deal 2 to all stunned enemies. You played 12 plus fast slow skill spells. Attack, deal 4 to all stunned enemies. This is an aggressive attack. I mean, to be fair, Beck, that last game was ending. Oh, I forgot to Feral Presence there, and then we were punished by forgetting to Feral Presence by drawing a drop border. Feels bad, man. It's talking and clicking at the same time.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, usually Legion Saboteurs only in some of the other things that are pretty aggressive.
A warrior needs a drumbeat.
One to all Nexus, sure. We just passed. No reason to attack my 1/1 or my 1/3 into their 3/2. They start the turn by attacking. We will Scrying Sands.
I can do this. Now, then, or soon.
I never miss.
So we have pretty decent blocks into their attacks here.
Captain's orders. Pull it to the face.
Real good to see you.
We take a total of 3 from Boom Crew Rookie's attack trigger and Crackshot Corsair's trigger.
I hope this works.
Then our Time Bomb on top of the deck here will clean up the Tusk Speaker next turn, which is nice. And I'll also set the Boom Crew Rookie to 1. Yeah, the Corsair attack feels strange. The Time Bomb would have cleaned it out anyways, so like ultimately they came out ahead in that exchange, which maybe that was their consideration. They figured if they were gonna lose it to this, it's whatever. Second Time Bomb.
Perfect, but look.
If your prediction is correct, we have much to look forward to.
My first big mission.
Can you guess my favorite herb?
Time. Sage? This is a joke, right?
So we're taking 5 here.
When my song ends, men die.
Taking 6. So block. Scrying Sands, you go away. I'll put Mystic Shot on top here, but it doesn't really matter because Ekko's gonna level, and then we'll have a time trick we're gonna play here to grab a different card. Forzon! Hey, Musivi, thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. So we're going down to 9, and all of those things are dying, and we'll grab a time trick here. Now, they are a Noxious deck, so I'm expecting things like Decimate to be in the range of stuff we need to play around here, so you need to try and end this game sooner rather than later. Take a backup Ekko in case this one gets got.
Gotta focus.
I'm not going to offer this trade. They take it. It doesn't seem great for us.
Come on, Tippers. It's playtime.
Ruinous Path is easily the best draw in our deck, chat. As it gains us life. How greedy is it? How greedy is it to try and Ruinous Path next turn? So that way I can copy it with Zillion. Is that too greedy? Chat's telling me it's very greedy. Is it wrong, though? That's okay, that's a yes, it's greedy. Is it incorrect is my follow-up question is it incorrect to do so? Chat seems very confident that I should do this now. All right.
Is it really an illusion?
Ooh, that's a nice piece of candy.
Present and future, all in my hands.
So then this time bomb ticks off next turn and finishes Annie. We will definitely be getting a second season of Arcane. They confirmed that it was successful and they're doing more. We don't have a timeline yet, though, on when it's supposed to drop. Wait, like, they bugged the cards, so they changed the power level of them, and now they just actually can't play them in Constructed? Howdy, LD.
Future isn't what it used to be.
These are my thrumming bugs, chat. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Attack for 25. I think our deck has a pretty good aggressive matchup. With a lot of cheap cards, then like a Scotia life gain.
Time is a teacher to us all.
Yes, time bombs are also good versus their X ones, and we have like Zillion's a 1/4 and our drop borders are 1/3s, right? Yasuo Katarina. Someone told me this deck was real, chat. Did they lie to me? Or was I told the truth?
Just out of reach.
We'll get the cat down first because Hexite Crystal wants me to dig for predictions. It's real in the sense that it exists. Okay, that's what that was my expectation, but it's good to hear it.
Sure to save Ekathia.
We have a rough matchup against Fearsome Aggro. I don't think that's strictly true. We have Absolvers to gain extra attack, and a lot of the Fearsome Aggro attackers die to both Hexite Crystal and Mystic Shot.
Think you're fast? Cute.
See what I've learned?
Want to see these moves up close?
Their deck's bad against aggro. Well, we're kind of aggressive. They could have a 1-mana recall here. They do not. Love a drop border. Okay, so this is predict number 2. This already predicts 3-4, and none of these cards are very good, so I think I skip here.
Man, I'm good.
Taking the block with the crystal face up could just be indicative that they have other things that the Hexite Crystal kills that they want to get through. I don't think that's necessarily super unreasonable. That's what I like, get it out of the way, basically.
With the power of time, the possibilities are endless.
Man, I love this board.
Don't let the fluffy dance.
Yeah, that's a good question. Runeterra always has a lot of good stats available via third-party sites and stuff. What are the stats on the Yasuo cat deck look like for the people saying it's medium? Do I want a bunch of Mystic Shots in my deck? I don't know that I do, actually. This might just be a skip angle.
Okay, want to make me a few extra boards?
Yeah! I mean, sure, you know, whatever.
They're afraid. They should be.
This gets bigger every time they stun or recall something, and Katarina recalls herself when she strikes. So we can see here, we're going to take 6 total if we block nothing here. I think I'm playing Ekko to start my turn next turn, so I might as well, like, take my 1-3 and throw it away to gain 3 here.
No one gets in my way.
So we'll bank 3 spell mana here and go up to 6 base mana for a total of 9. We'll get to drop Ekko into play, meaning we can still double Absolver him afterwards, which is excellent.
I love it when things converge like that. Never had luck, never needed it.
Needed it. Summoned, draw Yasuo, and stun the strongest enemy. Well, that's rude. Bum, ba-dum, bum. I'll try and push some damage and kill their thing. We could get like stunned here, but I think this is a worthwhile risk. Puts them to 3 as well.
Sleeps for the guiltless.
I'll take the time trick on top here. We're basically looking for chrono breaks at this point.
Let me show you.
Destiny waits.
Oh, are you saying the deck I'm playing is bad? I think the deck we're playing is quite fine. Are there other people actually playing this deck? that I'm playing. Last time I played Runeterra, nobody else was playing this deck.
What's up, show me?
I think it was super underplayed for how reasonable it
But
is.
yeah, I guess it's alright.
What's going on, Eric? Thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. You cited the best Zillion deck, but are people playing this Zillion deck, or are they playing other things that they're doing poorly with?
No more running.
No, sir. The Zillion printer deck was very bad when we played it. Like, exceptionally so. I'm gonna time trick here before combat, because if we hit an Absolver, we can kill them.
All coming back to me now.
Just like we drew it up, chat. You could have another stun here. I assume that face means they have another stun. They don't! Okay, that's surprising. To be a typical elitist card game player for a moment. My Ekko Zillion deck's not bad, chat. It's just hard to play. It has lots of permutations and lines for bad players to mess up. The number of games we win by a small inch where we, like, predict the right chain of things and find the burn or whatever are incredibly high. I'm gonna throw the drop border back and keep the other 3 cheap predict cards here. We're not drawing drop border on one. Rewards good play. Yeah, exactly. See, you understand. It's got less than 0.5% play rate and has a 47% win rate. Sure, I believe that. I would bet with a sample size like that, your margin of error on the win rate is like 3% or more.
Better dead than topside.
Off the cuff. So Untapped doesn't have data for Runeterra, but there's a website called Mobalytics that has a ton of good stats on it. And Runeterra actually provides more data than, like, Riot proper provides data on Runeterra too, so there's a lot more data than you get for Magic. Nexus Strike, plant 2 flash bombs in the top 8 cards. Gross. It's elusive. I guess us predicting a lot could theoretically make this kind of bad.
News from the Undercity shift, Detective Zane?
It's all in the report, Sheriff. Should pay off nicely.
We do this, because if we hit one of our ways to deal some damage here, it feels good. I do just, like, want a copy of Ekko, though. And now, if we predict into a Feral Presence, we can play Ekko and level him next turn. Look at the professionalism on this stream, chat.
New tech, new tricks, new day, new zone.
Day, new zone. What deck is the blue-white control comparison? Anivia. Anivia control is the blue-white control comparison. It's not nearly as grating as, it's not nearly as grating as blue-white control and Magic, but definitely that one. Them having a follow-up to kill our Ekko there is pretty feels bad, man. I wonder if I'm supposed to attack to offer to put damage on this. That way if we draw the, what's it called? Things get better for us. The Hexite Crystal. I think Darkness plays to the board a little bit too much to be, and like most Runeterra decks play to the board to a degree. I think Darkness does a little bit too much for me to call it blue-white control. Do I try to absolve her to block here? I don't think so. There's just so much burn. So we're looking for another copy of Ekko at this point with our predictions.
He's coming.
In this timeline, we're sure to save Ikathia.
We're gonna bank 3, go up to 6 of 9 total mana next turn along with an attack token. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that, Ray. Comparing Darkness to Jund, I think would be a more apt comparison. I've just got 5 resources.
We shall sing dance and forget our woes.
After I die for the rest of the game when an ally attacks, hollow your first attacker, giving it +1 that round. Okay. I think it's just a pretty generically good 1-drop. Found a piece of candy, chat. Found a piece of candy.
Peacemaker protocol.
Peacemaker protocol. What a very cop thing to say before you attack someone. Well, Ekko is how we win the game, so them prioritizing keeping it off the board makes a lot of sense. You know, maybe I'm just supposed to overwhelm proactively there. Chrono Break for next turn is very nice now. We get a Flash Bomb and get unlucky. Ekko could die here.
Notify patrol to close in on this location.
We'll prepare him a nice welcome. On foot.
Scoping the area.
Downy. I love that.
I have a Hexite Crystal in my deck. I do. Yeah, but if I Hexite Crystal, I can't Chrono Break this turn. If you're my opponent, you like really slouch at this block because the only reason we make this block if we're about to Chrono Break you. So Chrono Break revives our things that died this turn and gives us an attack token. We have not had a single Flash Bomb trigger because of all of our predicting. There are currently 18 Flash Bombs in our deck.
Gotta focus.
A bit underdressed.
That's a good thought. Yeah, maybe I should block with the 5/4 to force a reaction. I wanted to reset Ekko's toughness. Because by reviving Ekko, he went from 1 toughness back to 3, which is kind of good against their stuff. It is, yeah, Wargy. To give you good clean ratios of stuff, like my Marvel Snap videos on YouTube tend to have my Marvel Snap videos on YouTube tend to have about 2/3 to 75% of the amount of views that my Magic videos get, and my Runeterra videos on YouTube tend to get about 25 to 30%. I like Runeterra, which is why I take the bounty board stuff when they come up, but it's just like not quite popular enough to be able to do content for without the sponsored bits. Ooh, there's some flash bombs. There's some flash bombs. Well, that kind of makes me want to not do this just yet. I think we're chilling. Yeah, the Snap stuff's done really well. I was actually a little surprised how well Snap did. Not that I'm complaining. I've enjoyed Snap as well. Metric on Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is very comparable to Runeterra in terms of metrics.
Closing in on the mark. No backup needed.
But Pokemon Unite also has the upside of spending time on that has turned into consistent commentary gig, which pays me. And I just play a lot of. It's easier to play Unite more casually too. Snap is very new though. Yeah, it's new, but it's still in like very closed beta. Like you can't even like download Snap just by logging into your Play Store. So Snap is by no means at its peak yet. It'll peak at release like every card game does at release, but...
You dropped something.
I dropped everything.
Mystic Shot is fine there. Oh, you know what? I almost messed up there. I should have played Drop Border before drawing a card there, so that way Drop Border's on the board to eat flash traps. Alright, we're looking for a Chrono Break here, obviously. I will take a backup Ekko.
All coming back to me now.
Man, where are my Chrono Breaks at, chat? I guess we already played one of them, but like... if you Google Marvel Snap sideload, you can get into the Marvel Snap closed beta. We can play Cold Shot and get lucky. No. I was gonna chill. If they attack here, I'm gonna block with Ekko, so that way we get the
Step ahead.
You never learn.
that way we get the fleeting time trick, and I have the backup one here too. Alright, there are 15 flash bombs in my deck currently.
We must tell our stories, lest they be forgotten.
Does doing that have any downsides to the YouTube thing? Which YouTube thing, Boneless?
never needed it.
Are they killing me or are they killing my stuff?
You can feel the anticipation in the air.
This is my future.
Hopefully, Absolver plus Chrono Break is lethal here. Okay, I mean, they just had to do a ton of damage to that unit, right? And I get to Chrono Break this back now? Probably means I get to attack again this turn.
A brief engagement, but a joyous one.
This largely doesn't matter because we're gonna get a time trick from this. So they're going to 2 here, so if we find a Mystic Shot, they're dead. The Drain card also kills them. I mean, there's a world where we draw enough flash bombs and die here. We're not living in that world, unfortunately, for our opponent. Again, play Chrono Break just to rally here. Good stuff, good stuff. I like this deck. I got people telling me my deck is bad or silly. You should give it more of a try. I don't think our deck's probably not as good as the 2 like S tier decks that exist in this format right now, but it's definitely pretty reasonable to most other things. And that's Runeterra. You check that out on Android, iOS, or PC. Shout out to the Twitch bounty board for the sponsored segment.